The night was ink black, deep, oppressive, and utterly silent. I jerked awake suddenly, my heart pounding. Why? A primal fear gripped me. My body felt like solid stone, heavy and unresponsive. I tried to scream, to move even a finger, but nothing happened. I was trapped inside myself, a prisoner in my own skin. Panic, raw and cold, clawed its way up my throat. Then, a light. It started as a flicker, then exploded, an intense, blinding light. It burned through my closed eyelids, searing my vision. This light was unnatural, wrong. What was happening to me? My small cabin sits deep in the Oregon woods, miles from any town, miles from any other soul. There are no neighbors for miles and miles around, just the ancient trees, standing like silent sentinels, and the overwhelming darkness of the forest. There's no phone signal out here, no internet, no easy way to call for help, even if I could move. I was utterly, terrifyingly alone, trapped, completely and utterly trapped with whatever was outside, or perhaps already inside. The isolation I usually cherished now felt like a death sentence, a terrifying vulnerability. Shadowy shapes began to form within the blinding, pulsating light. They were tall, impossibly thin. Their limbs were too long, their heads too large, crowned with huge, dark eyes that seemed to swallow the light. These were not human figures, not human at all. They moved with an eerie grace, gliding across the room without making a single sound, silent, menacing, their gaze fixed on me. My blood ran cold, turning to solid ice in my veins. I could only watch, frozen, as they approached. More of them appeared. First one, then two, then a third, and a fourth, until my small room seemed crowded with these silent alien beings. The air grew colder, a chilling dampness that settled deep in my bones. A strange, low hum started, a vibration that I felt more than heard, resonating deep within my chest. The light pulsed in time with the hum, growing brighter, then dimmer. The very walls of my cabin seemed to shimmer, to distort. This wasn't my room anymore. It was something else. Something terrifying. Hands, or things that looked like hands, reached for me. They weren't human hands. They were too long, too slender, with an extra joint, cold, unbelievably strong, unyielding. I was lifted from my bed effortlessly, as if I weighed nothing at all. I was floating, suspended in the air, with absolutely no control over my own body, none. A sharp, searing pain shot through my arm, then another through my leg, like fire. I wanted to scream, to fight, but only silence came out. My will was not my own. Suddenly, the scene changed. My familiar bedroom dissolved. I was in a new place. Cold metal surrounded me, everywhere. The walls were curved, seamless. Harsh, sterile lights glared down from an unseen source above. This was not a hospital. It was something else entirely, something alien. The figures, my captors, moved around me with silent efficiency. Their dark, almond-shaped eyes, like bottomless pools, were always watching, always observing me. What did they want from me? Why was I chosen for this terror? They held tools, strange, intricate instruments that gleamed under the harsh lights. They were sharp, pointed, and utterly unfamiliar. I had never seen anything like them before. These were not tools of Earth. No, a metallic tray appeared beside me, seemingly out of nowhere. It was filled with an array of nightmarish implements, needles that looked impossibly long and thin, probes with tips that glinted menacingly. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of pure, unadulterated fear. Fear choked me, making it hard to breathe. I couldn't fight back. I was still completely paralyzed. My mind raced, a whirlwind of confusion and terror. Where was I? Why was this happening to me? Then the whispers started. Not spoken words, not a language I could understand. They were inside my head, intrusive, cold. They were feelings, raw emotions, and vivid images that flashed through my consciousness without my consent. They knew my thoughts, my fears. They were inside my mind, rummaging through my soul. There was no escape from them. The room I was in, this chamber of horrors, was circular, perfectly round. There were no windows, no visible doors, just the cold, curved metallic walls that seemed to press in on me. The air was thick with a strange metallic scent, sharp and sterile. And underneath it, something else, something vaguely antiseptic but utterly alien. A high-pitched whine began to fill the air, starting low and then steadily growing louder, more piercing. It vibrated through me, making my teeth ache, my skull throb. It was an assault on my senses. I struggled to understand, to make sense of the chaos. Their voices, if you could call them that, continued inside my head. Not spoken, but felt, like ice-cold water washing through my brain, chilling me to the core. Images flashed relentlessly through my mind. Distant stars, swirling nebulae, alien planets I'd never dreamed of. Strange, complex symbols burned brightly in my vision, then faded. I was nothing more than a specimen to them, helpless and exposed, their unwilling experiment, nothing more than a biological curiosity. One of the tall, slender figures glided closer. It moved with that same unnatural silence that was so unnerving. In its long, delicate fingers, it held a thin, metallic device. It was long, silver, with a small, pulsing light at its very tip. The creature moved this instrument slowly, deliberately, towards my head, towards my ear. Oh God, my ear. I felt a cold, precise pressure against the skin just behind my earlobe. Then a sharp, stinging pain shot through me, intense but brief. Something was going inside. I felt it, a tiny foreign object burrowing its way under my skin, just behind my ear. There was a faint, almost inaudible click, and then the pressure, the sharp pain, was gone. All that remained was a dull, throbbing ache. What did they put there? What was this thing they had embedded in me? A tracker? Some kind of receiver or transmitter? I could feel its presence, a small, hard lump beneath my skin, a foreign object, inside me. They had marked me. I was marked, forever. Then, just as suddenly as it began, darkness, complete, overwhelming blackness. I gasped, bolting upright in bed, my breath coming in ragged heaves. I was back, in my own bed, in my own room. Weak, early morning sunlight streamed in through the window. Morning. But what morning was it? I looked at my bedside clock. It was dead. Stopped. Frozen at the exact time I remembered waking up in terror. Hours were gone. An entire night, perhaps more, had simply vanished from my life. Missing time. My head throbbed painfully, especially the area just behind my right ear. I reached up, my fingers trembling, and touched the spot. It was tender, incredibly sore to the touch. There was a small, raised bump there, and under closer inspection in the bathroom mirror, I saw it. A tiny, almost perfectly circular cut, already beginning to heal. My hiking boots, which I always leave by the door, were caked in fresh, wet mud. But I hadn't left the cabin. I couldn't have, or had I? The memories, the terror, it was all too real, too vivid to be just a dream. I am marked now. I know it. I am changed in ways I can't fully comprehend. The small bump behind my ear is still there, a constant, physical reminder of that night. Sometimes, late at night, when the house is silent, I hear them, faint whispers just at the very edge of my hearing. They are not my own thoughts. I know they are theirs. They are still connected to me somehow. I can feel their presence, a cold dread that settles over me. I know they are watching me, always, watching, listening. Am I still truly in control of my own life? Or am I just a puppet now, a pawn in their unfathomable game, waiting unknowingly for their next call, their next visit? They took me once with terrifying ease. They can take me again, whenever they choose. And if they can take me, they can take you. Be warned. Keep watching the skies. Question everything you see. They are out there, hidden in the shadows, in the unseen, and they are closer than you think.